We are in the woods right now, and I'm gonna make cedar plank salmon right over the open fire. This is gonna be delicious. Very simple. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with some brown sugar, which I already have prepped to make it easy for me. I'm gonna use my McCormick chili powder. That's gonna make an incredible rub. So I'm just gonna give this a quick little mix. Then simply what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my oil. I'm gonna just give it a little bit of zhuzh over my salmon. The salmon, by the way, I have sitting on a cedar plank that I soaked for about half an hour, a little bit more, depending on the size of the plank you use. You just wanna make sure that it's soaked all the way through. The reason that we're doing that is because I don't want it to flare up when I get on the fire. I want it to stay intact and one whole piece while I'm cooking. Also, it's gonna allow that smoke to really help cook and get that flavor into the salmon, which is exactly what we want. Also, I have my water bottle here. Just in case I get any flare-ups, I can get it out real quick, keep it safe. And if I put too much chili powder, I extinguish the flame. I think there was more than water in there. So now that I got some oil on the salmon, I'm just gonna grab my spice rub here and I'm gonna lay that out. And I wanna just kind of get a little bit of a crust going on the top. Use the same spoon just to rub this all over. No need to touch it with your hands. You wanna keep it clean, keep it simple since you're out here. So I soaked the plank in water, but you could also spice up the water a little bit if you wanna put some whiskey, bourbon, you wanna put a little bit of apple juice. Just mix it in with the water. It's just gonna add a little bit more flavor. It's gonna infuse itself into the salmon, which is gonna do nothing but help out the flavor. So I'm gonna grab the tongs and I bring the whole sheet tray right over to the fire. Now I have the fire on one side and I have indirect heat on the other. The whole grill is gonna be hot, but I don't want this to go right over the fire for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to cook it too fast, but also I don't want this wood to catch fire. So I want to put it on the indirect side. You're still gonna get plenty of heat. No worry about that. And that's that. So I really want to keep the smoke and all the flavor in and around the salmon itself. So I just have a simple piece of foil. I'm gonna create like a little tent out of it. I'm gonna call this the Dome of Delicious. That's what we're gonna go with today. And I'm just gonna put that over here. Little taste teepee, huh? Little tent taste? Little tent tasty tip. I'm just gonna stick that right over there. You can go high, you can drop it down a little bit. Don't worry if it touches the salmon, it's not gonna affect it. You just have it there. Also, you wanna be able to have access so that the smoke can come in and out. You don't want it to completely be covered. And this way you can check on it as well. So it's been about 30, 40 minutes. It's not so much the time that you wanna be concerned about, it's the color, and you wanna make sure you're not overcooking it. So you know it's done when you put your fork and it flakes right off. It's gonna be super tender. That looks fantastic. And the bottom is nice and charred too, so you know this thing cooked up really well. You're gonna get a ton of smoke flavor out of that. And I'm gonna use the same pan that I brought it in on because it's still got the water in there, so if there's anything still burning on that cedar plank, it's gonna put that right out and extinguish it. Okay, here we go. That's incredible. Sweet, a little smoky from the cedar, got that spice from the chili powder, that's perfect. This is how you make cedar planked salmon while you're camping. We made it safe, we made it delicious. I still have all my eyebrows. And I'm eating salmon in the woods, freshly cooked. You can't beat that. You gotta give this one a shot. Check out this episode, plus all the other Flavor Maker episodes inside the Flavor Maker app. We have all kinds of great features. You can create a digital spice rack, find out some amazing recipes. Check it out at the Apple Store or at flavormakerapp.com.